Hello, my friends. Okay, I have this question related to confidence and actually taking action on something, not feeling confident enough to take action. Like, how do I break through this wall? Or it might be more subtle, it might be like a veil with my confidence and take action in the way that I want to, in this taking this new step in my life. And it was around a particular skill or ability. But I want to speak generally because this is such a human thing. I deal with it in my own way. You would deal with it with something that you're growing through. So here's what I've observed in the mechanisms around confidence or taking new actions, diving deeper into something. Could be a relationship or a role at work. Something to consider is, am I holding myself back from walking through this veil, if it feels slight, or finding a way through this door, finding a doorway to get through? Am I holding myself back because I'm scared of the consequences? With developing a skill or taking on some new position or diving into a relationship in a deeper way, or maybe it's asking more of you, a particular relationship. Where the ego mind comes in is it becomes scared of the consequences. It says things like, what if I don't do well enough? What if it'll make generalizations like fail. What if I fail and am embarrassed? Or what if I fail and I'm ashamed of myself? What if I fail and, who knows, get fired? Or what if it doesn't go, I open myself up, what if it doesn't go well and this relationship ends? So it'll definitely go to the extremes, what if this happens, you're not good enough, you don't somehow, quote, succeed, and I don't want those consequences, or I don't trust myself to handle those consequences. And this is my observation of people and myself in growth, is like, at every level of growth, if you're wanting to ongoing be a growing being, which, we have to align with that at some point because we kind of can't help it being on this planet. Life is going to ask you again and again to step into new scenarios, and we need to develop the confidence to know that I can handle it whatever happens. The inner trust, I can handle it whatever happens. And that'll help you take the next step forward, and then the next one, and then the next one. Because sometimes it becomes a distraction, or just maybe not the right direction to look, to say, I don't know why I'm not confident. It might be more so like, actually, I don't feel like I trust myself. Because if you're just paying attention to, I don't know why I'm not confident, you get stuck into like this being a problem and what's wrong and I got to fix it, versus recognizing, I think I don't trust myself necessarily to handle the consequences if it doesn't go perfect, if it doesn't go the way that I want it. And if you really got real about that, I think that you would find, actually, I can handle the consequences. If I make a mistake on a presentation, or I don't do perfect, in my team working on some project, or we hit challenges in this relationship. I open my heart and then we hit challenges. Whether it's, with a stepchild or a child of yours or a lover or family member, if I really open myself up, can I handle the consequences? Do I trust myself? Yeah, essentially, you just, again and again, we need to trust ourselves to do the best we can. I trust myself to do the best that I can, and I trust myself to, if I flub up, I make mistakes, I'm not sure what to do, I can say that, I can be with it, I'm still going to be okay. I'm still going to like myself and forgive myself for making mistakes along the way. We kind of live in a fucked up world around mistakes. Somehow there's been a collective perfectionism. And I think, my sense is from observing hundreds of people over the years, and that perfectionism in many forms, that it's generational, right? Like it comes from certain things that are picked up in our early childhood and certain forms of parenting, of course. But those parents were also imperfect and picked it up from their parents, and so on and so on. So we're learning how to redo. And so my second point around this, how to become more confident, or essentially come to trust myself more than I want to come to another layer of trust within myself. The second point is you need to absolutely cultivate what I call an ideal inner parent. You can call it anything you want. You can call it your inner coach, my inner cheerleader. I'm not sure, like whatever works for you. But I think of it as the ideal inner parent. Because at some point, parents aren't there in every situation. And maybe there's been wounds with your parents. Regardless, you're an adult and you're responsible to figure out how to speak to yourself in a way that works for you and keeps you moving in the direction that you want to go. And what I notice about people is those pieces haven't been cultivated. That inner voice that says, in all scenarios, whether it's going to greater depth in your intimacy or facing a challenge with a friend, like communicating in a new way, or taking action in the world in some way, trying out a new skill, you're really going to want to have this inner voice that says, I can do this. You can do it. Either externalized, like as if it's another person. You can really do this. I trust you to do this. I know you can, whatever the outcome, I know you can handle it. I know that you have the best of intentions, or I know you've been trying your best, or you always do your best, and I'm right here with you. And no matter what happens, I'm right here with you, or I love you. No matter what happens, I still love you. That would be the ideal inner parent from any time, from some toddler experience all through your life. Just no matter what happens, I'm here with you. No matter what happens, I love you. Like, I absolutely believe in you. You can do this. And you really want to do this. I want to see you become the most confident you can possibly be. I want to see you become the most at peace and settled and trusting of yourself as you can be. I believe in you. So, that's just one example, or a few examples. Those are the kinds of things in my mind that the ideal inner parent would be saying. The ideal inner parent doesn't take over and poor you, I don't know if you should do this. I'm not sure if you should. The ideal inner parent isn't scared, right? The ideal inner parent is confident and encouraging of their child. And that's the voice that you want when we're developing our belief in ourselves and our belief in, going to the next level of whatever you're wanting to dive into, achieve, experience. So I hope you will practice that, just talking to yourself in an encouraging, loving, kind way. This seems to be the cause of so many things, self-judgment and harsh self-talk. So once you start to notice that stuff, you can, there's many aspects to the healing of it, but we can choose to be the kind of voice that you needed in all instances. And maybe one of your parents or both of them were like that. Maybe they're not with you on the planet anymore. And you just need to ramp up that voice a bit in getting through this next thing that you want to achieve or take steps in. Because I believe in you, and I know you're always doing your best. I think people are always doing their best. That's been my observation. And sometimes we just need more support and more love and kindness and encouragement along the way. So I beam that out to you wherever you are, and send my best wishes and prayers for your ever deeper trust in yourself. Mwah.